Welcome back to The Division 2. I was watching through other people's videos on YouTube myself the other day, and I noticed a video by Epic Slayers talking about global events and new enemy types. I don't know much about the stuff myself. Apparently it was put up through the PTS, it was posted onto Reddit. Epic Slayers took it from there. I'll leave a link to Epic Slayers' video in the description. But the global events are going to be tiered. That's pretty much all I know about it so far. But the new enemies, we have something called a Guardian, which is, I think, is going to be some sort of like drone type enemy. It's going to be sitting behind or like around a group of enemies. When that thing is up, it's going to be granting immunity to every single enemy within its radius. I really think if it's done properly and done well, this is going to be a good addition to the game. It's going to add to the challenge of playing the gameplay. Like if you're running through a heroic mission, you're against the Black Tusk, they have a Guardian. If it's even the Black Tusk faction that use these things, then you're going to have to play it tactically. I think the only way this could possibly mess up would be if there were a lot of Guardians, like for, I don't know, say over 50% of the groups of enemies you face during a mission or something. And also if they sit back, like even further back than a sniper would, so that you have to fire extremely long shots. I don't think their health is going to be too much. I don't think you're going to have to put too much damage into them. But I mean, at the same time, if they do sit further back than snipers, it could be a good thing, because you're going to have to figure out a way of getting to them, dealing more damage. Because if they're hidden around the corner, you're going to have to find a flank, and every other enemy is going to be immune. So it's going to be a challenge, might be frustrating, but I think it could be cool to see. Obviously, we won't know until, I won't know until I've personally got my hands on the TU6. Also, there's going to be basically a new, loot runner kind of thing. There's going to be a guy that spawns in during the night. Once you find him, he'll have, a big bag on his back. You kill him, he is guaranteed to drop a high-end item. I'm thinking with this high-end item, for this enemy to actually be worthwhile adding into the game, that enemy needs to drop a good roll high-end every single time. It needs to be a guarantee that the rolls on it are going to be good. Not just because there's only one high-end, but also because he only spawns in at night time, it's going to be a rare occurrence. You're not always going to be able to take these enemies down, so I think the loot that comes out of them has to be good. Otherwise, it's a pointless enemy. Also, one thing I forgot to mention with the Guardian is the fact that once you've killed them, all of the immunity disappears for their team, for the teammates within the radius. But you also get extra weapon damage, rate of fire, and all of your depleted shield will be replenished. And I like how they've added in bonuses for the player for taking down a Guardian. But as I said, I'm just hoping there's not too many of them just spammed across different groups of enemies. Also with the global events, I think the entire thing's being structured differently to Division 1 because I remember Epic Slayers mentioning that there were hackers in the global events during Div 1 days. I mean, global events still go on now, but there were hackers that would literally just boost themselves up to the top of the leaderboard so they got the best rewards. Whereas now it's going to be an opt-in system. There's going to be different things you have to do to progress up the ranks kind of thing. And I mean, if the rewards are good enough, because they could add global events in and the rewards could be complete trash. If they do, I don't think they should, I think they should take them back out, rework them, or do something, because everyone wants good gear. If you're opting in, doing certain things to push yourself up the rank, you need to be rewarded. The best example of something challenging to do and having no reward for it, so it's not worth your time, is heroic missions. You go in. If you die at any point before the boss area, there's no checkpoint, you have to start all over again. The enemies rush, the enemies are tough, they hit hard. It's a challenge, by yourself. It automatically scales up to 4 players. So if you're by yourself in a group of 2, you're always going to have the max amount of enemies. So you go into a heroic mission, you do you're in a 4-player group, you get through the heroic, you barely get any good loot at the end. There is a chance the boss can drop exotics. I've done several heroics now, never had a boss exotic from a heroic mission. So overall, I really hope the Guardians are added in and they've been thought about properly. There's not too many, they're not too strong, because I do believe they're going to be a good addition to the game. The loot enemy needs to drop, good loot every single time. That needs to be a guarantee because of the, how rare it is to encounter them. And then the global events need to be rewarding as well, so that they're actually worthwhile playing. But that's going to do it for the video. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.